Alright, what is up guys? Now as you've seen in the intro clip of this video, I have been able to dramatically increase my editing speed within the last month, and I'll show you how in this video. Now I'm not going to be giving you guys any generic tips that you've already heard of, so like optimal keybinds or sensitivity. I'm not going to be talking about any of that. This video is going to be more focused on drills and habits you should be creating while editing. Now many of you guys have probably been using editing courses to improve your editing speed, and while that is good to get the basics down, nowadays editing courses aren't as effective because everybody already knows how to do those edits. And then with the piece control meta, it has been more important to actually practice placing your builds and editing through them. So instead of doing those edit courses, nowadays you should start practicing editing tunnels, which is basically an edit course, but you have to place the builds yourself this time. I think this is very underrated right now, and it'll help you so much with your building and editing flow. You can actually find these editing tunnels in my map, Raider's map, or even make your own because they are very easy to make. Now the reason these editing tunnels are so good is because it forces you to change directions as you're building and editing. And I know a lot of people struggle with other people placing builds and then you have to go around it, and it just really slows down your flow. So this should really help you being able to build and edit from all sorts of different angles and positioning, and overall it's just really good practice. Now next tip is the reason editors are able to edit so fast is because they minimize the amount of time they actually perform the edit and the actual time it takes to transition into the next edit. So for example, to get the shortest edit possible, you always want to be taking the shortest path possible to make an edit. The most ideal way to edit this is to do this. That way when you finish that stair edit, it will instantly be placed perfectly to edit this wall. Now a quick little drill you can do is to actually do this stair edit and then instantly grab this wall. Now it doesn't matter what pieces you select, just practice like actually selecting onto that wall as instantly as you possibly can. And to know if you're doing it right, as soon as you grab the wall, it should be just grayed out. You shouldn't see any blue, so it should look something like this. And then once you got that done, you can actually just start doing the edits and stuff. Now this may not seem like a big difference, but all these little tips add up really quickly and are what a lot of fast editors use to edit extremely fast. So editing fast is really all about minimizing the time it takes to perform the edit and transition to the next one, and also how fast you can click the edit button. Now this all comes down to practice, and having zero ping will also help a lot. If you don't have zero ping, then you might be limited to how fast you can go. Now to improve your clicking speed, I wouldn't really recommend doing, this like other people recommend. Now obviously this is pretty good to practice if you're a beginner and you're just trying to get your editing speed down. But once you got pretty decent at doing this, then you don't really need to be doing that. You need to be doing some more advanced stuff. The reason triple edits are so good to practice is because you're not only practicing your clicking speed, you're also practicing editing while moving and also having good cross replacement as you're doing it. But once you've mastered the triple edit, you need to start making it even more and more difficult. So what I'm going to do is just continue doing the triple edit, but then add another step to it. So I'm going to do a cone and a floor, and then there you go. So now instead of doing 3 edits, I am now doing 5 edits. Now each time you master one of these, you want to keep adding another set of builds until you can do a ton of them at once and consistently. So for example, the one I'm currently working on is actually doing this triple edit combined with the cone floor, stair, and then wall. I've been practicing that the past 2 days and I've gotten pretty consistent with it. The only thing I struggle with is the ramp flip here. Every now and then I'll mess it up, but with just a little bit of practice, I've been getting pretty consistent with it. And the editing timing is really important during that edit, because if I edit this too quickly, then I'll just fall right through. So I have to wait like a split second until I'm about here and then confirm it so I don't fall down. But anyways, I think you guys get the point. Even when I master that move, I can even add more to it if I still wanted to. So I could do the triple edit, boom, 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 and then continue on with this, maybe to finish it off. Now you don't have to do this specific editing combination I'm doing here. You can just make up whatever you want. Now let's say you struggle getting that whole editing combination down, you can break it up into parts. So let's say you already mastered, the triple edit. There's not really much need for you to keep doing that. Just focus on the second part of it, which is what I need to work on myself. So I could just do the cone floor, stair, and then this. And then once I can master this, I can just combine the two and actually start doing it all in one. So when it comes to learning editing, you really just gotta break everything down into steps and keep repeating them until you can master them. Alright, so this next drill is actually pretty important for controller players because it is being able to reset as soon as you go for a shot. Now keyboard players don't really have to practice this too much because you have the scroll wheel. But if you are able to do this as a controller player, you'll have such a big advantage. And this is something I have been trying to improve at recently, and it's been working out pretty well. So all I really do is just do this simple edit here, shoot, and then go for a reset. So as soon as I shoot, I instantly look over to my build, that way I can reset it. And all you want to do is just keep doing this over and over again until you can do it as fast as possible. You can also practice with floors as well. But yeah, something as simple as that can be really important and improve your skill a lot as a controller player. Another thing to improve your reset speed is to actually just do a cone and a floor, edit both of them, and then reset both. Now if you want to get even more advanced with it, you can edit both of these, reset, and then re-edit the pyramid and reset again. So it should look something like this. Now just a quick tip, if you ever run into the issue where you cannot edit for whatever reason when you're in build mode, this is simply because you have this build out here trying to place. Whenever you have this blue highlight of your build, you're not actually able to edit anything. And whenever I go over this wall, you can see that blue build disappears and I can now edit again. For some reason, the game prioritizes your build more and it thinks you're going to build instead of trying to edit. Now this can be pretty common when you're just doing like a simple stair and wall, and then you look over here and then all of a sudden you can't edit. That is because this build right here is not allowing you to edit. So in order to fix this, you can either place the wall or select your stair and then edit. Another thing that will help is actually changing up the order in which you place things. So for example, I can place the wall first and then the stair, allowing me to easily edit that stair. And this happens with any type of builds. So just to demonstrate, you can see I have a floor that is hovering right here. I'm not able to edit this cone whatsoever, even though I'm looking directly at it. Anyways, those are all the tips I wanted to go over in this video. So if you did find it useful, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.